Now, as we continue our build-up to the midterm budget statement, I'm now joined by Ashley Benjamin, who's the Deputy Secretary General of FEDUSA. Mr. Benjamin, thank you so much for your time and for joining us on the daytime update. Now, the medium-term budget is mostly to give track of when how funds that were allocated in February have been spent. Let's just speak about the people that are affected by these funds. What makes up the current financial burdens that are facing households in South Africa, and what specific factors do you believe are contributing to the situation?
Good afternoon to you, Katlego, and good afternoon to the viewers out there, and thank you for having us. While FEDUSA calls on the Minister of Finance to ensure that the medium-term budget policy statement brings relief to workers and struggling households by announcing measures that will address, amongst others, the high cost of living. That it's a serious issue in society, and it has to be addressed, and we expect the Minister of Finance to address it tomorrow. FEDUSA also calls for an end to austerity measures by which government imposed budget cuts on many critical government departments, such as education, health, amongst others. And we demand that government reinstates the full funding for these critical government departments that deals with social delivery for many poor South Africans and working people.
And how do you suggest, in terms of playing a balancing act, that the minister should go about in ensuring that he returns those budgets to where you say they initially were, without compromising on other departments?
Well, government should prioritize. As we've said, there are various instruments that government can have to their disposal to ensure that you don't punish the already poorest of the poor and low-income earners by reallocating budgets. I mean, one of the issues that we've raised on a number of occasions is this bloated cabinet. I mean, it costing the taxpayers and the country a lot of money. Funds can be redirected so that we take care of the basic needs of South Africans. Or also, there's other instruments like raising taxes, company taxes, and also taxing the rich and the super rich. Those were already ideas that was in the public domain, and government have to their disposal. The other important issue is the illicit financial flows, tax evasion and tax erosion. Government has signaled in the past, particularly Treasury, that they are serious about combating illicit financial flows. But, you know, it's a situation of talking left and walking right. So that is the issue. There is no urgency to tackle these scourges that can bring positive deliverables to society by increasing government income to the fiscus, and then can better deal with some of these socio-economic challenges that our country currently faces with.
Mr. Benjamin, just lastly, beyond the immediate budget adjustments, what are your long-term solutions which you think would be necessary to alleviate that financial strain on South African households?
Well, economic growth. Economic growth is key. Currently, our economy is growing below 1%. I mean, it's a disaster. Any economy and country that wants to prosper should enhance and prioritize economic growth. We need growth between 4% and 6% in order for our economy to grow and the much needed jobs that we need. Therefore, critical investment in infrastructure, labor-intensive sectors has positive spin-offs for the economy, and it also alleviates poverty and unemployment. So the priorities in terms of spending, government must get right. Also, the social protection flows, like the extension of the social relief grant, consideration of a basic income grant. And lastly, I will fail in my duty not to mention public servants. The government must, and the minister in particular tomorrow, must ensure that he budgets for decent increases for public servants and their working conditions, as they play a crucial role in our society in delivering services to South African public, and particularly the poorest of the poor. So we hope the minister will do the right thing tomorrow and focus on these critical issues that have positive spinners for our country, and there's some stability that's so much needed currently.
All right, Mr. Benjamin, thank you so much for your time and for giving us those insights. That's Ashley Benjamin, who is the Deputy Secretary General of FEDUSA, giving us their inputs for the Minister of Finance ahead of his medium-term budget announcement tomorrow.